Hello, hello. Welcome to Ram and Goat Astrology. I'm Laura Lee.
And I am Helena. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Good morning. I was just saying early morning podcasts are my favorite. I always have my husky morning voice.
Yes. And I really felt how my introduction now felt so low energy. And it's a very low energy day. We just talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
I think yesterday was a new moon in
Mm-hmm.
Leo opposite Pluto.
Yeah.
And this this transit is a lot, kicking up a lot of Pluto stuff, okay?
Mm-hmm. And everything's retro, not everything, but a lot of things are
Yeah.
retrograde right now, which
Yeah.
has kind of, I think for me, this almost like discombobulating energy where like I'm going forward, but wait, I gotta finish the shit I didn't finish. And
Oh
that's what
yeah,
I did. I
for
spent
sure.
literally hours yesterday finishing stuff I've been meaning to do for probably 6 months now. And
Mm.
I got it done. All like stuff online and stuff in my website and background stuff. But what a retrograde thing to do.
Yeah.
Go back and
Yeah.
finish this, damn it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, planets. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Anyway, now today we're going to try and get through a transit episode.
Mm-hmm.
The first one of August, the first part from the 1st
Yes.
until the 14th.
Yes. I can't
Yeah.
believe we're in August already, but I think I say
I
that every month.
very soon. We're there very soon.
Yep.
So if we're just gonna like dive right in, we
Let's do
can
it.
I was gonna say we can start with the 1st of August. That's a good idea.
That's a good day to
Because
start.
we would never start with the first, but this time I thought, why not? So on the 1st of August, we have, you could say two transits, but it's because Saturn and Neptune are still traveling together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sort of like conjunction. There's three planets involved, and it is Venus in Cancer, square to Saturn and Neptune in Aries.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying before we hit record, Venus feels like like when we have been doing these transit episodes, we see her very active at some points and then like very quiet for like long periods and then like super active. And now I feel like she's been active for a while. And I feel that Venus is very representative of our relationships,
Yes.
also of our like self-worth and our value system.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do. I know that both you and me are feeling that very much at the moment. It's very active. And this is just that's being served right now from the universe. So it's just, you
Because
just grab the fork
what's on
and
the
get it.
menu?
That's what's on the menu. Um, yeah, anyway, so this is square.
Yeah. So that means there's some
And
tension and
mhm.
we have to work hard to kind of push through this energy or be aware of the tension that we need to deal with. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
Squares are not bad. Okay, everybody. They're not a bad thing. They are just the thing we need to work through. Just like when we're picking up something heavy, we have to adjust our stance and fix our back so we don't hurt it. And then we lift properly and use our muscles properly, right? We have to think about it and work through that tension. So it's not a bad thing. It's just a hard thing.
That's such a good analogy because yeah, like if then let's say that you don't think it through and you just pick it up and you get like a back spasm because you didn't think it through and then you're
Yep.
like you know
Yep. Yep.
that's also a possible outcome of a square.
It really is. It really
Either
is.
you get strong and you do something with intention or you like throw your back out.
Mhm. Yeah, so this is really stress to your relationships, guys. That's really what it is. And then because Neptune is involved with Saturn, there's a nebulousness to it. There's a confusion to it. There's a fogginess that we just don't see, and then suddenly it shows up, and you're like, "Whoa!" It's like coming to a stop sign out of the fog, and you didn't realize how close you were to the intersection, and suddenly you have to slam on the brakes because boom, there it is. That anytime Neptune is involved, there is illusions, delusions, and
Yeah.
sometimes these lies that are involved, but not necessarily overt lies or like out there. It's more like, oh, well, I thought it was this and I didn't realize it was this. And there's a lot of delusional kind of conversations going on here. So stress and delusions can be on the low vibe with the frequencies of your relationships or your money or the way you bring in money.
Yeah. The way you see yourself at the moment as well. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. This is stressing on the way that we value ourselves and value our relationships. And with this Saturn and Neptune conjunction, for sure, like Saturn is very much like work on this. You
Mhm.
need to work on this, grow, evolve. I know it's hard, but work on it. That's what Saturn always says. And this conjunction with Neptune is partly giving us this sort of like gut vibe, like you just
Yes.
feel something in your gut where
Your
you need what needs to
intuition.
be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also partly like you said, it could be very delusional. Like it could be like, let's say this is about a relationship. The other person might say something and like you're not understanding each other because it's Neptune and something gets lost in translation.
Hmm.
Or like maybe someone was very idealistic about a relationship and it didn't and the other person sees another reality because Neptune is also very idealistic.
Hmm.
And then Saturn comes in and is very realistic. So it's
Yes.
that like very harsh contrast. And that can hurt. You see something and you thought you saw one thing, and then you get smacked
Yeah.
on the bum and like, it was,
Yeah.
that's not what I thought it was. Yeah.
And Venus in Cancer really just wants things to feel good. I just want it to feel nice, and I just want it to be in flow. And this Saturn Neptune conjunction in Aries is going, no, you have to burn that shit to the ground. No. No, it doesn't work that way. The way things were going
Mhm.
cannot function the way they can't continue the way they were. They have to change and evolve, and we have to burn an old way of doing things. It doesn't mean the relationship has to die or will die, but it does mean something has to be transformed within it if it's going to continue. Yeah. So
Yeah,
this
because this is like early degrees Aries
mhm, yeah. And
that, yeah, this conjunction is
you got
in.
to, every time Aries is involved, you have to think like a crazy little toddler, right? What kind of crazy little toddler behavior stuff is going to show up?
It was just getting really windy.
Mm. So yep, we have to work on that. Cancer does not prefer to fight, but it will if it has to. But Venus in Cancer really doesn't want to. Just wants to feel good. I just want good food and just good family, and I just want things to feel nice. But that square to Neptune and Saturn is going to demand more of us.
Yeah, and that like there's so much to be said about the Saturn Neptune conjunction in Aries because it's it's very like if you take it to a personal level, it's very, about how you show up because Aries is a lot about showing up and like
Mhm.
sort of taking leadership or like really being yourself and like putting you out there. Like what are your ideals? What are your lessons? And then also in the big picture, it's very questioning of like, who are we? Who
Right.
are we as a people?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And we get to think about that until August 6th, which is the next transit. And so we've got 5 days to deal with that square energy. And
I think we're
then
gonna need
I
it.
think we are too. And then Mars is going to exit out of Virgo and enter into Libra. I don't know about you, but I've been enjoying Mars in Virgo so much. I really like when the planet of let's take action moves into the later degrees of Virgo of let's clean up our shit and get organized and fix our systems.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. I do.
Yeah, I like that too. I haven't like everyone because we all have our different charts, right? And I haven't really like noticed anything like struggles with Mars in Virgo for me. It's in
Mhm.
my seventh house. Um, but but it's so different. Like some people might have this in their eighth house, and it's like, whoa, it's really kicking up some dark stuff there. Like, oh, but it's also individual as well
Mhm.
as on top of the global energy. But Mars entering into Libra, I like that as well because here we go into the sign that is out for justice. Who wants to now? Mars wants to fight for something,
Yeah.
and Libra is the justice.
Yes. I
If you
have
just like really boil it down.
right. And I have Mars Libra natally. And so
Yeah.
this is I get to have a Mars return, which happens like every 2.5 years, depending on Mars's retrograde actions and stuff. But it's not too big of a time span, but it is nice when Mars comes around to a new sign. It gives action and energy to that sign. It's kind of like this pumping full of gas, and now the car is fully loaded and we can take off and go on our trip and we can go do the action we've been wanting to do. And with Libra, we get a partner, and we get to enjoy that other perspective with that Libra energy. Mars in Libra does not like to fight per se. It really likes to negotiate and mediate. And how can you get what you want and I get what I want? And we like work this out with a happy harmony, a happy medium. And this is my natal placement with in my area of life of my kids and teenagers. And I tell them all the time, if I say no to something, it is open for negotiation most of the time. You'll know if it's not. You'll know if it's not, but it is open for negotiation. And if you can come back towards me with a negotiation that I find, that works for me and works for you, I'm open to that. But it's not a hard no when I say no most of the time. And they do know that, and they're starting to actually understand, oh, I can come and negotiate. Now, again, if I do say, okay, we're done, this is how it is, you have to respect that too, because when Libra is kind of that judge energy, right? The judgment. And when the judge does decide its verdict, you do have to respect that. But for the most part, you can plead your case until the case is done.
Yeah.
And then you're done. But it is a very negotiating sign, and it's really good for working out negotiations. If you had any issues with the Venus square energy on the 1st, then the 6th, when Mars enters Libra, will be a nice time frame to start really working out any negotiations that you need to fix or any legal stuff you need to take care of or whatever. It's a great time for that.
Yeah, it's true. And there's going to be lots of, with Mars also, like there will be, you will just have so much more energy for that. It's like, you know what? I actually feel like I've got the juice to go and take that conversation, or go and like dig into that paperwork or whatever it could be that you need to for the sake of finding a happy medium or finding a solution.
Exactly. And this is something, you guys, we're really going to want justice and peace. So if you are feeling this urge to take action for injustices or against injustices, August 6th, and then after that, for a couple weeks after that, is a phenomenal time to really lean into that. So I like that. It's for our country, for our world. Like, all right, everybody, let's activate helping to really take action and fight for peace, justice, and harmony. And respect. Respect. It's time.
All right. For sure.
So that happens on the 6th. What's after that?
So then 2 days later, we have 2 transits. We have Mars. So now Mars is the active one. Mars in Libra now, being trine to Uranus in Gemini. And also on the same day, Mars in Libra, opposite to Saturn in Aries. And this means that Saturn and Neptune no longer has an exact conjunction. So now it's just Mars opposite to just Saturn.
Neptune's still close.
Yeah.
But they're not like spooning each other
Neptune
anymore.
is still very close.
They're not quite spooning as much.
Yes.
Now they're just like holding
the
hands.
Day after. Yeah, no, the day after Mars will be opposite to Neptune. So yes, they're very close. It just won't happen like on the same day anymore.
Yeah.
But it's still very there.
So what do you think of this Mars trine Uranus energy? I like it.
I like it. So Uranus is a very like funky planet. It's a planet that is just gonna be like it's gonna be the one to do something different, to break a pattern. It will break a pattern. And Mars, we just talked about Mars being in Libra, wanting to like fight for justice, find a solution, to find harmony. Now you have that energy there, and then a trine, which is like a very easy energy to this planet Uranus, who wants to do things a different way and break old systems, just wants to do something new and like break patterns.
Authentic.
In Gemini, wanting to be authentic. And Gemini is a very expressive sign. So I feel like this could be, I'm thinking for sure, like communication, like headlines about
I keep seeing
loss.
publishing. Yep. published.
Yeah.
Something's going to be published. There's going to be, I don't know if it's the Epstein files are going to finally be released or something's coming out in the publishing realm or in the, like you said, newspaper titles, or somebody in their Substack account has this big revelation kind of article, right? It's really presenting new ideas and information because we've got two air elements. We've got Libra,
Yeah.
which is the scales, and we've got Gemini, which is let's see different perspectives.
Mm.
So we're bringing both of these air elements of information and communication into the spotlight with our drive and ambition and our demand of being authentic and rebellious and revolutionary. I love this so much.
Yeah.
I really do.
And then you bring in the opposition to Saturn, and
Mm-hmm.
Saturn brings the energy of like sort of like karma,
Mm-hmm.
and like the Saturn brings the seriousness to the table. So it's like, okay, yeah, so now there's, you know, maybe revelations of like something's being revealed about maybe a justice that, or like something's gonna come to the surface.
Yes.
And then it will also be a very Saturnian thing, like something that could be a little bit harder to digest,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
maybe. And it will take some work, but it will also be like, you know, doing that work. If you're doing the work, then it will really pay off in the end. If the work is done on these days, when energy is, you know, supporting that, there's a lot of shifting.
Yeah.
The being, you know, it's very high possibility of a lot of shifting energies
For sure.
and big things changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
And
and
I could see where
that
this
could have a very positive outcome.
this could lead to, I don't know, I'm picturing like the possible like arrest or stuff, something like that, of higher up people in the news or something, right? There's something that's been ongoing, and then there is this Saturnian energy that comes in, which is government and rules, and then Mars and Libra, which is justice and fairness and having, you know, this peace energy behind it. So I feel like August 8th, between the Uranus Mars energy and the Saturn Mars energy, I feel like somebody's going to get something that's been coming to them, right? Like if you've been if you're in the government and you've been screwing around, you might be getting in trouble this day or somewhere around that around that time. It feels like the energy
Yes,
in the
yeah,
sky is
yeah,
really supportive of like you don't get to continue on your unethical path anymore, right? You need to
yeah,
now um, answer to the justice system or whatever the rule maker energy is, right? So I like this. I don't know what's going to happen, but if you guys
yeah,
are involved in anything, you know, if you're fighting for something, if you're involved in groups that are really trying to take action and uh, you know, make the world a better place. Like this is a great time for something you've been working towards to kind of come to fruition. Or if you're involved in something that is a little underhanded and you're not functioning on the up and up, you might get caught this day easily. This looks like a day where like don't screw around on August 8th or 9th, really. Be very mindful of what you're doing because this really feels like resolving some conflicts or resolving some things. And
yeah.
yeah, and just watch your
I mean, yeah, it's
watch your
a
energy.
lot of activity. Yeah, a lot of activity. And yeah, watch your energy a little bit because yes, I think we're gonna feel very activated,
Mm-hmm.
and especially with this with the Mars Saturn opposition. So like a piece of advice also is when you're out there getting, you know, getting your justice or like making sure that something information gets out there, just be also cautious that it's not that you're not causing like you're making too like causing like adding to the drama or like, you
Yes,
know, making it too big of a thing. You can
yeah,
still hold your ground and like hold your stance without being explosive.
exactly. Don't add more fuel to the already burning fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So that's an interesting day, August 8th. Everybody just circle it on your calendar and let's watch and see what happens. But then the next day, we have two more transits, and one of them is a full moon in our rebellious revolutionary sign of Aquarius. So this is another fun, interesting,
Yeah. Like
interesting energy.
with all of the transits leading up to this full moon, I feel like this is just full on like expressive emotions. Like Aquarius is really, yeah, it's rebellious, like we said. It's also very individualistic and very
Fut-
authentic
and futuristic.
and futuristic,
Mm,
and sometimes can just say something to just like do something different to other people. It's very expressive, and it
yeah.
really has um a strong will. Aquarius is a very strong-willed energy.
Yes.
So I feel like a lot of things will be expressed today. And just coming from those transits and also having today now the
Right.
Mars in Libra opposite to Neptune now in Aries. Like Mars opposite to Neptune is, I think that's a little bit of that's a bit of a challenge
It's
because
just
Mars is
passive aggressive energy is what I just keep feeling. Like so passive
yeah,
aggressive, right? We've got the
yeah.
energy of Mars that's kind of muted already in Libra. And now we've got Neptune in the aggressive energy of Aries. So it's like
Hmm.
Mars is more aggressive and Aries is more aggressive, but they're both being kind of tampered down where they're placed. One of them with Neptune in Aries, and then one of them with Libra. Like, no, we don't want to fight.
Yeah,
Right. So this
yeah.
almost feels like a deep frustration. It's like I want to fight, I
Hmm.
want to be active, but it's like trying to light a fire in the fog, which is Neptune and Aries, and then Mars is
Mm.
trying to fight, but he's in the courtroom, and the judge is going, "I don't think so, Tim. Nope." You know, right? There's these rules, and you have to have respect and follow the way the
Yeah.
system is. So I can feel a lot of frustration building on the ninth. And of course, a full moon in Aquarius is wanting to be extremely revolutionary, wanting to have these humanitarian things that are in place, or like, why are we doing this to our society, or what are we doing with our people, and just a lot of
Yeah.
humanitarian issues surfacing with that full moon in Aquarius too.
Very that. Aquarius is also, like I said, very individualistic. So I do feel because it's a full moon, and full moons are like it's when something comes to bloom and it's actually like that you harvest something. It's a letting go energy already. And I do feel like this could be a day when
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people is going to be like just cutting people away. Like I'm done
Done.
with this because of their Aquarius is really like I have my view and I'm going to stick to my view. And if you're not along for the ride, then
See ya.
goodbye.
I'll go find other
Yes.
people who are.
Yes, but also with this opposition, I think is we're gonna feel very drained because Mars
Heck
is
yeah.
it's the activity and it's a force of life and it's a drive, and Neptune is sort of like it's
Watery.
like a balloon. You just poke some holes in it and you're just like, well, deflated. It's
Yeah.
a bit of a deflating energy, and with so many emotions at play with the full moon,
Mm-hmm.
I think that you run the risk to really feel um, sometimes when you're like screaming and no one's listening
Mm-hmm.
and you just get so tired,
Yes.
I
That
feel like that sort of energy.
that makes sense. Yeah. That makes total sense. Yeah. So August 9th, that is a really good point you made. Like, be mindful of your physical energy with Mars
Yeah.
ruling the
Preserve your
muscles.
energy.
Yep. And Neptune really this, I don't want to say the stealer of energy, but kind of. Neptune kind of really, like, almost like you said, siphons that, or that balloon with the slow
Mm.
leak. So yeah, be mindful of your energy on that day, and work with that full moon as best as you can, and really lean into um, letting go of all of the ways you've been hanging on to old things that aren't serving you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then we have that's all happening the 9th. So two transits the 8th, two on the 9th. Then August 10th, we have Mars again active here. Now he's having a trine to Pluto, and Pluto retrograding in Aquarius. So this
Yeah.
is a nice conversation with a trine. It's not a difficult one. They're not arguing. So now we can use our action and activity planet in Libra with justice and fairness to then be a little bit more revolutionary and really fight for humanitarian efforts with Pluto in Aquarius. We can really take a look at the energetics there of how can we apply our energy, our drive to this
Yeah.
collective transformation.
Yeah. It's really telling a story, I feel like, all of these transits.
They
It's like
are.
you could almost see something evolve and take shape. Like now we just talked about that full moon, and I want to add to the full moon, like, yeah, it could be a great idea to step away from people, but don't do anything drastic because I feel like sometimes Aquarius energy can be a little bit like very drastic.
Hmm.
Just be mindful and do what you need to preserve your energy. Anyway,
Absolutely.
then with this one, it's like we're really being invited to dive deeper
Yeah.
into to Pluto energy and take action on things that are like you will have the energy to take your hand and like dig it down deep into the like ocean floor and be like, let's pull something up here. I have the strength for it today. I'm gonna pull
Yes.
this up and I'm gonna have the energy to look at it and do something with this. It's
Absolutely.
that kind of energy. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see this would be like I'm going to go to the county board meeting and I'm going to say something to the board. I don't like how my county is handling this particular thing, and I'm going to go and say something to the people in power, and I want to have myself be heard. Like that kind of thing. I want my community to function better. You can't pollute my well water anymore, whatever it is, right? This is a
Mm.
very like energetic time of being rebellious. So I can see August 10th there definitely could be some revolutionary activities, some rebellious type activities, maybe some groups stand up, or there's some more protests happening. I'm not sure how it'll show up exactly, but this is a good time to support that type of behavior.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
And
August
then,
11th, yay,
yay.
Mercury is going direct in Leo.
Yeah. That was fast. I
Heck
feel like
yeah.
that was fast. I mean, we're not there yet. Now we're recording Friday, 25th of July, but I feel like
Yeah.
that's in a very near future.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Happy about that.
Yeah, I'm all
Yeah,
right with
I
that.
am good with that too.
Now,
So Mercury
Leo,
direct just means that we are done sort of pondering on the past
yes,
and rethinking, reshaping, reevaluating. Like now we can move forward again with our thoughts and communication.
exactly. And Leo is
Great.
bold and courageous. So we need to say the thing, right? We need to communicate in this courageous, bold, authentic way, because you guys have to remember, the day before, we just had that Mars trying to Pluto in Aquarius and Libra. So it's very much playing off of that energy still as Mercury goes direct in Leo, the sign opposite of Aquarius. So we've got
Mm.
a lot of intensity with Leo. We've got a lot of boldness, a lot of like, hey, you need to look at me and hear me. I need to be seen and heard now. Right. So some kind of stage, some kind of platform. Maybe you start speaking out on TikTok a little bit more. Or you start doing reels on Instagram a little bit more. There's a lot going on over here in America with the broadcasting and TV networks and things. So there's canceling of the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and he's been very vocal against the current presidential cabinet and all of that. And now the company that was working with him has fired him, but he or canceled the show, but he's got like 10 months left before he's off
Oh,
air. So now that like the gloves are off and he gets to
wow.
say whatever he wants. And it's been very interesting to see kind of how this is playing out. And this is all happening during a Mercury retrograde. So I'm really curious what happens in a few weeks when Mercury goes direct in Leo and we have this Mars trying to Pluto right before. And like you said, the story is being told and there's already things at play, and I'm curious to watch them and see how they play out on a bigger scale, because I'm talking like Paramount bought this and for a whole bunch of money, like I'm a couple $1 billion, and then they have this, and like there's a lot of like contractual things and people saying things, and you can't say things, and I'm gonna say things if I want to say things, and ooh, it's a big thing over here.
Yeah.
It's a big
Oh my
thing.
goodness.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the president is quite upset when people speak out and say things against him in any capacity, and he's like wants to cancel anybody who does that. It's very, very interesting to watch the attempt
Mm.
at this fascism energy. So apparently
Yeah.
he doesn't have a good astrologer, because somebody should tell him that that's not going to happen.
And like on a more like personal note, when Mercury goes retrograde, no, sorry, when Mercury goes direct again, you can go ahead and like book that trip or like,
Yeah.
get get your projects going, the things that during a retrograde we're thinking and we're twisting things and looking at them from different angles, like should I, do I want this, do I not, can I do it better, how should I do this? And now when Mercury goes direct, it's like, okay, well, let me sit down and just book these things, or like get this thing started.
Yes.
Yes.
So the August 11th,
And also,
if you've been waiting, August 11th is a great day to start that.
Because also we have another transit, and that is a Venus conjunction to Jupiter in Cancer.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, it's like a love bomb.
Oh, that felt so, I just started purring with that one. Like my energy was like, oh, that feels so nice.
Yeah. No, it feels like you cannot wait. Like, please get me there to August 11th.
It's like waiting for a really nice date you have planned, right? Where you're going to go out and see this music, and then you're going to have dinner, and like you haven't gone on a date in forever, and you're tired of the kids always bombarding you, and you just want to go on this date, and you're just focusing on this lovely, nice time you're going to have on this date. This is what this feels like for me. I think I need a date.
Yeah.
It's time.
Well, yeah. So this is like Venus, our values, our self-worth, finances. Together with Jupiter, Jupiter enhances things, makes them bigger, and it's usually very optimistic, and just wants to like blow things up bigger. Like, we can do it more. Yes. And these two planets are together in Cancer, and Cancer is it's like it's about the home a lot. Like it's about
family,
the mother,
home.
the home, the family. So yeah, this will be like a lot of you're gonna feel like a big connection to your home, I think, in and whatever home means to you. And it could almost be so big that it gets obnoxious, like your relationship to home, and like to enjoying and just wanting to like be in that, like feeling like, just a super strong connection to
all that
you know what I mean?
Yeah, all that home and root, the roots, right? The root of our life, that energy. I love this so much. If you are looking at fixing something in your home, buying a new home, starting a family, marriage, that kind of, this is a phenomenal energy to start that, right? Venus conjunct Jupiter in this beautiful sign of Cancer. Oh, this feels so lovely. It's really like you can dream big. If you don't want to have a family, be careful, because you
right.
This could be an energy where some accidental babies are made. So just be cautious of that.
Don't be overly optimistic, like, I will be fine.
Yeah. Yep. I have one of those in the house. He's two.
Yeah.
It won't be fine, you guys. It won't. Oh, it will. It's all good. So yeah, this is a great energy on the 11th with Mercury going direct in Leo, and then this Venus Jupiter conjunction. Such a lovely breath of fresh air after kind of some transits that not necessarily challenging, but could lead to some challenging outcomes. And so as we were telling that story, this is that like brief reprise in the story where we can all just like settle in and have that romantic scene where they, make love in the woods or something before they continue on their trek and their journey, right? This is the pause and enjoy the romance scene. I love it.
For sure. That.
All right. And then we have one more transit for this episode, guys. And it's August 14th. We have a Mercury transit, and Mercury's been a little bit quiet this month, which is fine as he's going retrograde. Now he goes forward. But now, again, he's forward, going direct, and in Leo, sextile to Mars in Libra. So we've got a Leo Libra energy between our mind, our thought processes, and our action and drive. Ooh.
Yeah.
This is quick. This is a quick energy. And
very like
this is going to activate our mind.
Out.
Our mind is going to get sharp. It's going to get focused. It's going to be calculating and really recognize when, how do I say it? What's the energy I use behind my words? When do I back down? When do I get intense? It's very good for negotiations, mediations, tackling any kind of things that have been brewing in the background. This is a really great drive and ambition to do the bold mindfulness thing, whatever Mercury needs you to do with your mind. Mars in Libra is going to help you take action, but respectfully, right? There's always that respectfully energy with Libra. This is a great one for setting healthy boundaries with your words too. So Mars in Libra is helping us to really put up those boundaries in a clear, healthy manner. And Mercury in Leo is going to be assisting us with speaking those out or writing them down or clearly putting it in a contract or whatever it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like it's like this day there's a shortcut between our ideas and what we're thinking, what we want to do, and actually what we will do.
Yeah.
Like our will to actually do it.
Yeah.
It's like we have found a shortcut and we're just like thinking like, oh, this thing is amazing and I should do it. And I just found this idea, or like I just came up with this idea. And then the next second you're like, I'm gonna go and do it, and you go and do it. You know, instead of it like you may be thinking about something for a long time and then, well, you might do it a couple of days later, weeks later, I don't know.
Right.
But now it's so much easier to get those things done.
Absolutely. And a lot of times with these sextile energies, people miss them. So put this on your calendar because this is an energy you could easily miss. It's just kind of like a quick blow by and you're like, oh, that was great. I missed it. Shoot. Don't miss the 14th for if you really need to have those boundaries or something like that. It's a great day for it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody. That was our first 2 weeks of August. And I like breaking it down in 2 week increments. It doesn't feel quite so heavy when instead of doing the whole month like we used to. Yeah,
a mouthful. Yeah. Now this is, for sure. It's easier to break down and sort of get a sense of what's coming.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. I hope this was helpful for you for understanding the astrological weather coming up for the next 2 weeks. And we will be back next week with another awesome episode. I think next week we should talk about Neptune and Saturn, that conjunction. I really like that one. And we haven't dove deep into it.
I'm up for that. So. Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
See you soon. Bye.
Thank you for joining us this week. Be sure to like and support the show by sharing with a friend or joining us on Patreon. And you can buy us a tea or coffee and financially support us. Thank you so much. It's so appreciated.